on some more or less disgusting news, the GOP.
That is not any less disgusting. How dare you claim that was less disgusting?
Do you want to murder all the GOP candidates?
Let's talk about that off air.
Okay. So the debates were this past weekend. Apparently CBS had some debates, and I guess the big story coming out of that was the Rick Perry flubs. Apparently he was caught with a brain fart, kind of like I'm having right now, saying that he would want to get rid of 3 agencies. He couldn't remember the 3rd agency, and proving that he's just a puppet, saying what he's told to say. He doesn't really believe what he's saying. He's just programmed to say it.
I got 3 big opinions on this. First of all, Rick Perry's an idiot.
Okay.
Second of all, Herman Cain is just regurgitating garbage. And my third point.
What's third point, Jerry?
My third point about the Republican debate.
What? Are you telling me you can't remember your third point? Who's feeding you these lines, Jeremiah?
Poor Rick Perry. So first he was, I don't think he was drunk. I think he was pilled up.
I think he was just trying to appeal to the young Gen Xers.
Yeah, not the debate, but this previous speech that he was giving last week, where he was just completely loopy would be the word.
If they print any more money over there in Washington, the goal's going to be good. Mine's cut, balance, and grow. Get that. Or that. Like 9% expansion. Good jobs.
He was giddy. He loved this. I couldn't even count how many times he did this. He was saying, give your money to these people that help throw the event. Oh, she'll take your money. She'll take gold. If they keep printing money, the gold's gonna be good. The truth comes out whenever you're a little bit loopy, and that's the truth.
Oh yeah.
That's the truth. Get you some gold or silver if you can get it. But Rick Perry's just completely melted down. He already admitted weeks ago that it was a mistake for him to take part in these debates. Now what's he got to be thinking? This guy, I'm not even kidding. I don't think suicide's that far around the corner for Rick Perry. Rick Perry has completely self-destructed here in the last couple of weeks.
Well, there is some good news for Rick Perry, though. His numbers haven't gone off too far. He's still about the same level he was before, proving that this guy can pretty much say whatever nonsense comes into his head, and people will still support him. Mainly the state of Texas. The big mover and shaker as far as numbers in polling, Cain saw his numbers cut in half in the past couple of weeks because of the sexual allegations.
For the longest, the story was he's not being affected. He's not being affected. His poll numbers are staying the same. Nothing's happening. But then those accusations keep coming out. Now the boyfriends are coming out of the girlfriends saying, they do it.
Right.
Is Herman Cain going to hold on? I don't think so. I don't even think he had enough. His being number one, the front runner, was garbage anyway. No offense. Listen, this is not my view. I'm being dead serious. But America was never going to put a black guy up against a black guy for the presidency. They were never going to choose between 2 black guys. Not in America. In my world, sure, I have no problem with that. But when it's Herman Cain, no way. Herman Cain.
There's still a lot of people out there that support Herman Cain. He seems to be the Tea Party type of nomination. He's the one representing the people, the working stiff. A lot of people like Herman Cain.
Don't throw the Tea Party in him. That's Ron Paul's gimmick. They'll support Ron Paul no matter what, I'm sure.
No.
Herman Cain, I think he got jumped on by all the regular right-wingers, Republicans who wanted to. I think that was it. That's all they were doing. They all knew they were gonna pretend for about 2 or 3 months that they would really vote for Herman Cain, and now the truth is gonna come out. Now they're skyrocketing the extremely white guy, white-haired Newt Gingrich.
Yeah, Newt's taken all the steam from Cain, and he's surging through the numbers.
Now, where did it come from? Listen, these polls every 2 minutes are about as stupid as people paying attention to the stock market. What the stock market does every 10 minutes. I mean, what is the point of keeping track of these numbers every 5 minutes? What did Newt Gingrich do? Name me one thing Newt has done in the last 2 weeks differently for him to skyrocket into first place.
He hasn't had sexual harassment allegations come out against him. That's, I guess, the main thing that's happened.
And he hasn't melted down on stage.
Yeah.
But I love these debates because every time Newt gets a question, it's just, "No, come on, this is stupid," and everybody goes, "Yeah, yeah, Newt, tell him like it is. Tell him like it is, Newt. Oh, you just want to see us fighting up here. You just want to put us. You want to ask what's the question? His big term that he was. Forget it.
Yeah.
I just Rick Perry'd the whole show.
I think the show is Rick Perry from the start. Unfortunately, this isn't our best performance right now. I apologize to all the viewers.
What do you mean our best? This is my best performance. Why don't you step it up?
All right.
I'm clearly.
All right.
I'm clearly on. I just Rick Perry'd again. God Almighty. Anyway, no. Listen, for any of you people that are thinking about voting for Newt, change your mind immediately. Newt Gingrich is probably more evil than an Obama. He's more evil than a Bush. I mean, this guy's been doing it. He's been doing evil for so long, spreading his evil Council on Foreign Relations talk. You know, the whole point of the Council on Foreign Relations is to get rid of national sovereignty, to quietly bring us into a one-world government. I mean, come on, people, wake up. When you hear anyone is in the Council on Foreign Relations, immediately dismiss them. And I realize that that's 99.9% of all your politicians running for any office, high office. Get rid of them. No way. Newt Gingrich, no way. Is he a Freemason?
He says he's not, but come on, I don't think you get to that level of government without being a Freemason.
He says he has nothing to do with Bohemian Grove, yet they have pictures of him at Bohemian Grove with a big old smile on his face, big old ugly Newt smile on his face. These people, you know, the Council on Foreign Relations is sworn to secrecy. Bohemian Grove, they're sworn to secrecy. I mean, these guys are in secret organizations that they don't want you to know about. They don't want you to know what they're talking about because they're up to something. Transparency is the American way. It's what Obama campaigned on, and Obama completely let everyone down.
Yeah.
Like we knew we would.
Some people thought I thought Obama would really institute some change, but obviously not. That wasn't the MO. But so yeah, it seems like it's gonna become. This week it's come down between Gingrich and Romney. Next week's going to be Bachmann and Romney.
Oh, I think Bachmann's done.
Yeah.
I can only pray. I hate Michelle Bachmann.
It seems like Perry's out, Cain's out, Paul's out, Bachmann's out, Huntsman's out, Santorum's out. So the only person really in there left is Gingrich.
I think it's going to be Newt or Mitt Romney, and either one of them is probably going to pick the other to be the vice president, and we're going to end up with a super suicide Republican.
You don't see Palin getting involved in this before it's over?
Nah, I think Palin's. I heard Bloomberg might throw himself in there as an independent to kind of throw a wrench into everybody's plans.
I've also heard Ron Paul's talking about running as a libertarian.
No, he's not talking about it because he says, "Well, we're still number 3 in the polls, and so I'm trying to be the Republican," but he knows deep down.
It's over it was over for Paul before it started.
Whoops. Yeah, it really feels like he had a lot more momentum in 2008 than he does now.
Yeah.
2008, he really had a chance, and this year, the media had 4 years to get ready for this, and they're never going to let him get any kind of attention. 89 seconds in the debate this past time. 89 seconds out of a 90-minute debate they gave Ron Paul. Doesn't matter. He was never gonna.
No. And if he wants more time, he has to take it. Pretty much. He just sits back there and watches it all happen and complains about it afterwards.
I think the biggest problem is because he doesn't ever change his answer. They go, Ron Paul, what do you think about education? I think the government needs to get out and we need to end and audit the Fed. Ron Paul, what do you think about Iran? We need to get out of there and out of the Middle East and end the Fed. Okay, Ron Paul, what do you think about, Joe Paterno? He needs to get out and end the Fed, audit the Fed. That's all he says. So what do you want him to do every time? Keep playing the same broken record? I mean, he's right. He is right, but...
Yeah, people are tired of hearing that, and people think he's a nut with all this end of Fed stuff. So
that's why they thought he was. They say he's a nut for that, but then Newt Gingrich jumps right on top of it. Here's my problem with Newt Gingrich though, trying to say he wants to end the Fed. He doesn't. He says he wants to drastically restructure the Fed.
Okay.
And then whenever he kept talking, I saw this YouTube video where he kept talking, and then he says, well, the way what he wants to do is just get it back to where it only deals with the stability of our dollar. Everything else, like these bailouts, do away with. Well, Sure, everybody wants to make sure that we stop doing bailouts of the Fed is in control of bailouts, but what about every other piece of evil that is the Fed? He's trying to steal some of that Ron Paul juice on the Fed, but it's really just a mind control psyop he's giving you. He's pretending like he's against the Fed, but really he's just saying he won't do another bailout. The Fed is still evil way before bailouts.
He's just trying with that popular opinion, doing whatever he can to get the votes, to get support.
A politician does that?
Yeah, but it's working for him. He's up there now. He's contending with Romney. It's a lot better than Paul can say, unfortunately. So yeah.
Just terrible. This whole world is terrible.